everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. Listen, we have a lot to talk about. We really do. Y'all know we always have a lot to talk about because we are messy. We will dig something up to talk about. We will. But before we get into it, I want to do these shout outs to the people who come through and support me. I am absolutely so thrilled and so happy and so humble that these people see something in my channel and want to support it. So yes, we got to do our shout outs and then we'll get right into it. First up is at S6352. Now at S6352 has been here a minute, a little quiet, but always supporting. And I am so thankful and so grateful that they are a part of this community. Yes, that they ride with us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you at S6352. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And 08065 came through. Yes, she did. She is always coming through. She is so supportive and she's so kind and she's so sweet and she is so funny. I could go on like this all day about her. She is the best and she is always supporting. So I thank her so, so very much. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Tiger Mommy came through again. Tiger Mommy is just wonderful. She is. She is everything and she knows she's everything. Yes, she does. And I am so grateful and so thankful that she is a part of this community. She makes me laugh. She is just so smart. She is just wonderful. And I am so grateful and so thankful that she chose this community to be a part of. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Tiger Mommy. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all, we're going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. All right, y'all, I want to give another quick shout out to at S6352 to 08065 and Tiger Mommy. Y'all are the best. Y'all are so kind and so good to me. And I appreciate it so very much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this community. And thank you so much for riding so hard for the read. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, it is quite a bit to talk about. It is. We are going to talk about Tom Raggedy Mouth Bowers. Yes, the one who walks around looking like his breath stank with all those stacks on stacks on stacks of teeth. His mouth looks like that fish. I don't know the name of the fish, but it has human teeth. If I can find a picture of it, I'm going to put it up. But yes, row on row of nothing but rotten teeth. That one. We're going to talk about him because he was on one of the morning shows over there across the pond. And it didn't quite go the way he thought it was going to go. And I am loving it. I am. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Nigerian state dinner that happened. I think it was last night with Willie and Kitty. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And the just absolute tone deafness of that family. I mean, they posted a video of all of the flowers and the whole setup for the state dinner. And people cannot even feed their children And Charles and his horse are out there just showing all of this elaborate setting that they are having for this state dinner. I mean, they want the poor to take pride in the fact that they are enjoying the spoils of their labor, not their labor, the public's labor, the taxpayers' labor. It is disgusting. It really, really is. I cannot. How they manage to gaslight the public into believing that somehow this is their heritage, this is their culture, to give all of this to one family and let them live in such extravagant settings while they go hungry. It is crazy to me. And then they'll post a video to show how extravagant everything is while you are eating beanie weenies and beans on toast. It makes no sense to me, but we're going to talk about that as well. We have some other stuff we're going to talk about, y'all, and y'all know we're going to spin the block on that Piers Morgan story that I had in my last podcast. Yes, we got some more information, and let me tell you, it is all over the place. How embarrassing for him. I mean, it is so many publications that have written stories about this. It is so delicious, y'all. And we just have a lot of good stuff about this. It is just more stuff coming out. And this guy who cooked him, he is talking and talking and talking. It is just so delicious. So we're going to get into all of that mess. Y'all know I love a mess. So we're going to get into that mess as well. So let's get started. Y'all lock in. And y'all know I'm not going to keep you long, but I'm going to keep you entertained. So let's start with this right here. And it looks like Tom, my breath stank Bauer, he was on this morning over there across the pond. And it didn't quite go the way he thought it was going to go because he was all smiles at first. But then when they start pushing back on his lies, pushing back on his made up narratives, he just didn't know what to do with himself. You could see the blood drain out of his face. He absolutely did not know how to handle being challenged. Now, we have saw this same behavior out of Angela Levin. When challenged, she absolutely cannot handle it. She falls apart because she knows that she's full of bullshit, as well as he knows he's full of bullshit. Now, they don't believe their own lies. They know, they are fully aware that they're lying, but they don't like to be called out on their lies. They are so used to being free to just spread all manner of bow about Meghan just freely. I mean, they have never encountered any pushback until now because Harry and Meghan are pushing back. And it is giving all of these commentators, it is giving all of these publications pause because they are so used to Harry and Meghan taking the high road. They are so used to Harry and Meghan being silent in the face of attack. But now that Harry and Meghan has enlisted a new strategy of pushing back and putting out statements and calling out the bullshites, they don't know what to do with themselves. It is a new day. And he realized that when he got to this morning. This particular squatty is posting about that interview. Now you can go online and see the whole interview. And did they do a perfect job of pushing back? No, but they absolutely did a decent job of pushing back. And the woman commentator, I don't know what her name is, but you could see the disgust on her face when it came to Tom Bauer. She absolutely was not feeling him because she knows what kind of person he is. She knows the bullshit that he's on. So yeah, it was entertaining, I must say. This squatty that posted the video said exact moment where Tom Bauer admitted his sources are trolls, i.e. blue tick Kate Middleton fan accounts who create 98% of Meghan content. Like we always say, the British royal family don't have fans, they just have Meghan haters due to her not leeching off the taxpayers and earning her own money. Where is the lie? Where is it? And also because Meghan is everything that these old ugly old hags, these derangers, these toadies, these flying monkeys can never be. They know who they are and they know who Meghan is. And Meghan makes them feel bad about themselves. They look at Kate. They know Kate is mediocre. We're not the only one walking around here knowing Kate is mediocre. That is why they put in such an effort to prop her up, because they know she's mediocre and they're mad about that as well. Because why is the brown girl so excellent while the white girl is mediocre? Well, all I can say to that is it is plenty of white girls who are excellent, but your future King Dumb as a Rock fell for the old honeypot. So don't get mad with Meghan, get mad with him. And of course, Squatty's had something to say on this subject of him admitting that some of his sources are trolls. I would say all of them are trolls, to be honest, or just blatant lies that he has cooked up in his fevered mind. But I digress. This Squatty said Tom Bowell admitting trolls are some of his sources. Yeah, yep. He just had to sit up there and admit it. Can you imagine that this man has the nerve to write a book and fill it up full of all the nonsense that comes out of the trolls online? I mean, these are the same fevered-minded folks who believe that Princess Lilibeth and Prince Archie are dolls. These are the same people who talked about Meghan having a moon bump. Yes, these are the people that he is using as sources. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. You're supposed to be this journalist, and you are using trolls as a source. The same people who will buy a $84 candle, pull the wick out and make a video about how the candle showed up without a wick and the hole is right there for everyone to see what a wick used to be. These are the people he is choosing to use as sources. I cannot, y'all. I cannot. But the squatty goes on and says, Cammy's personal friend, so secondhand gossip, people in the palace, famous people, name them all, Tom. What a nasty, rancid old man you are. Yes, I found that interesting too. He absolutely dropped a dime on Cammy. At least one of Cammy's friends are out here running off at the mouth about everything she says. But I think that was given straight to him. I really do. I believe that Cammy always has smoke for Meghan. She does, because she knows exactly who she is and how she got exactly where she is today. And that is being a bed hopper. Yes, a woman like Meghan is the antithesis of a woman like the horse. So, of course, she would have nothing but resentment when it comes to Meghan. Or should I say, a woman like Meghan, who is self made, who has worked for everything that she has gotten in life. We all know the horse has never had a job, at least not one that she didn't have to do horizontal. For a woman to stand on her own merit, to make her own money, to have integrity is absolutely an offense to a woman like the horse. And this other squatty said, I love how Tom said Camilla's friend told me that's what she said. Why would you say that live on television when that only serves to make one person look bad, and that's Camilla? Exactly. Exactly. She is who we have always believed her to be. This is just confirmation. And it says the person who is dedicated to supporting female victims of abuse said something abusive about her stepdaughter in law. Is anyone out there seeing what I'm seeing? Yeah, I always have known who the horse is. And that whole charity about her being this so called advocate for abused women, that is strictly performative. Always have been, always will be. This is something just for her to do. Busy work. Just something for her to go out and pretend that she's worth something to the British public. But ever since we have learned the extent of her treachery when it came to Diana, we have all come to the same conclusion that the horse ain't worth SHIT to anybody. And this squatty said, oh dear, Tom Bowell got dragged. Well done, Ben, for challenging him. Also, thank you for sticking up for Invictus Games and Harry and Meghan. Bowell is a disgusting parasite who makes up SHIT about a couple he does not even know and makes money out of it. ITV is no saints either, as they are. This is true, but I believe the whole vibe has changed when it comes to Harry and Meghan because Harry and Meghan has started to push back. They are respecting that now. You cannot get a bully to respect you by not fighting back. You have to bloody their nose. You just do. Do I wish the world was different? Yes, but it is what it is, and you have to absolutely live life on life's terms. And when you are dealing with a bully like these people who has bullied Harry all of his life, it is time to push back. It is. And I am starting to see some results. I am. They are apprehensive about allowing people to spew all kind of lies on national television. And they know Harry and Meghan have their finger on the trigger and don't mind pulling it when it comes to the lawyers, when it comes to the courts. And that is the reason for the change, for the shift, I believe. And this squatty said Tom Bowell movement is clearly very emboldened by the fact that he hasn't been successfully sued for any of his inflammatory books. That's why he feels he can lie without any consequences. I think it's high time for some consequences now. Now, y'all know I have been advocating for this for a while. And he did sit on there and say in this interview that nobody has sued him. Yes, he really feels emboldened by that. And I would absolutely sue him into oblivion if I was Harry and Meghan. But something did come up to make me think why Harry and Meghan might not do so. And it is what people are saying about this book and how slick he has been with the wording in this book, having a lot of weasel words like allegedly and what I believe and what I have been told. Those kind of words, words that are not definitive, that he is lying, and so it would be hard to take him to court. And I think he knows that because it's not him saying stuff, presenting it as the truth, but just presenting it as what he believes or what someone has told him. So, yeah, it would be hard to sue him if this is true and this is the way this book is worded. But I'm telling you, if I was Harry and Meghan, I would have my lawyers go through it with a fine tooth comb and see if there's any way for me to plant my foot knee deep up in his arse, because he needs someone to bloody his nose. And I don't mean figuratively, I mean literally. Somebody need to pop him right in his face. I'm just saying. And this squatty posted the full interview, the whole video. I watched it, and it says full interview with royal biographer Tom Bowers on his controversial book on Harry and Meghan with This Morning, Ben Shepherd, and Kat Deely. Tom admits to using trolls as sources in his book. Yes, we will never allow him to live that one down. And the squatty that reposted this said, "Well done at Ben Shepherd for your excellent challenge of the author regarding his so-called facts and well-sourced book. The book is just entertainment for his fellow trolls. Ben, the answer to your question, what has the author achieved? He has achieved absolutely nothing." Exactly. And he is not going to sell any books. Nobody is going to buy this book except the deranged. And they never support anything. They cannot even support a charity that Kitty is the patron of. They are just too focused on their hate for Meghan. So yeah, this book is going to come and go and fade by the wayside. Now that Harry and Meghan has come out and called him out, it ain't gonna go nowhere, because nobody is going to want him on TV lying, because they don't want to put themselves at risk. Harry and Meghan, they got their finger on the trigger, and these people know it. And I'm gonna put this up because naturally Sonia tagged me in this particular post because she wanted me to see this little video. Now, I'm not going to play it, but I'll tell you what William is saying. Evidently, he went on a bike ride, a tandem bike ride with this gentleman right here for charity. And what he said was really, really telling. And naturally, Sonia said, SCS Girl 111, and that is my handle on Twitter. It's Royal Reed, but this is what the address is, at CSC Girl 111. Did you see this? I have been hearing about it all day. This man is a hot mess, not even trying to hide it anymore. Yes, and what they're talking about is this. And what naturally Sonia is talking about is this. William rode around on the back of this tandem bike with this gentleman right here. And this is what William said. Once the bike ride was over, he said, your backside is at a unique angle that I've never seen before. A very strange comment for a straight man, because I don't know too many straight men comment on other men's bottoms. But you know, this is not unusual for Willie. Y'all remember him and Kitty was on an engagement, and they were asked their favorite emojis. And you know what William said? An aubergine. And here in America, we call them eggplants. But yes, that is what he said his favorite emoji was. And on these internet streets, we know an aubergine or a eggplant is not what you would usually think. It is a representation that people use when they are posting for the male anatomy, the penis. So he was saying that his favorite emoji was a aubergine, which represents a penis. Now, I don't know. It sounds like at that time he was trying to tell us something, and I said that. And now here he is commenting on this man's backside. And also, let's not forget, Willie went to Poland and was caught in a gay establishment. He was. Now, I don't know if I should say caught, but he was there at a gay establishment. And we all know Byron always says that, he loves a good pulled pork sandwich because that's what they said that he was there at that establishment for. A good pulled pork. A good pulled pork sandwich. Y'all, I cannot. But yes, he did this. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But I find it hilarious. And all I can say is breadcrumbs. This is breadcrumbs. Trying to tell us something. And the squatty goes on to say how many other men's backside angles Willie seen before. I guess this one's his favorite. And she says, Kitty girl, you in trouble. Kitty ain't in trouble. Kitty will stay there even if Jason slept in between them. Kitty ain't going nowhere. She wants the big hat. You know, when she is walking around with that big scar upside her head and hadn't said a word, you know it doesn't matter who Willie is sleeping with. Like I said, Jason could sleep in between them and Kitty would not say anything. She wants the big hat. It is nothing that William can do to shake Kitty loose from him. Because like I said, she wants the big hat. Kitty ain't going nowhere. Kitty would be up in that bed saying, Jason, you hogging the covers. Quit pulling on the covers. Yes, Kitty is not going anywhere. She's not going. She'd rather fight for the covers with Jason than to give up the big hat. All right, I'm going to put this up because this was a video on the Royal Family website. And it is Charles and the horse going around looking at the whole setup for the Nigerian state dinner. I mean, the flowers, the dinnerware, all of it. And just to see the opulence of it all in all its glory. That these people get to live this extraordinary life, not by merit, but by birth. It makes no sense. And it just brings the grift into focus. This is a grift. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, here's a picture of some of the flowers. And this squatty that posted it said, lovely flowers for a banquet costing millions. Meanwhile, food banks use hits record high. Hashtag not my king's own heir took £1 billion from the duchy profit while the public sector workers strike. Nigerian president here days after $5 trillion reparation claim, but sure, focus on the flower arrangements. Yeah, do that. It is ridiculous. The grift is real. And here's Charles looking at the flowers and looking at everything. I mean, this man has done nothing to deserve the position that he's in. And I don't understand why people really feel like this is okay. And shows him deference just for being born. Crazy to me. And this opulence is out of your mind, over the top. And look at this. Can you imagine? All of this costs millions and millions of dollars, and you have your people having to go to food banks. They say it is more food banks in the United Kingdom than it is McDonald's. I kid you not. And these people are putting on events like this. Crazy. And here's the horse, the bed hopper. That's all she has done is hop from bed to bed. And there she is, somehow deserving of all of this. I cannot, y'all. I cannot. And I'm gonna put this up. This squatty posted Willie and Kitty coming into the Nigerian state dinner, and he looks like he'd rather be anywhere else except there. I mean, even to the point where this squatty commented on his whole demeanor. This squatty says, can William even pretend to be remotely interested in his weak arse so-called job? All you have to do is smile, wave, and say a couple of nice words for millions of dollars. Dang, he just looks like he doesn't want to be there. Look up and smile, at least pretend to be happy. He is looking really gloomy, isn't he? Yeah, it's like he's really pressed about something. I don't know what it could be, except he's unhappy and his brother has real true love and freedom. Now, he's real pressed about that. That might be it. And this squatty posted this picture of him seemingly falling asleep in the dinner. This is how uninterested he was to be there. This squatty says Prince Harry and Meghan were brutalized because William wasted his life of privilege and the Sussexes must pay. He found Harry and Meghan working offensive. He wanted to destroy the Invictus at the expense of the veterans. He's bitter, he's jealous, he's deeply pathetic. Willie is dangerous. And he is absolutely out of his mind when it comes to his brother and his wife. So I agree with this squatty. Willie is very, very dangerous. A dumb man with a whole lot of power is always very, very dangerous. Look at America. That's all I can say. And this squatty posted about the barrier pole. We know the barrier pole was vicious to them yesterday in their ride around Windsor in the carriages, the carriage ride. I think they call it a carriage procession. But whatever it was with the Nigerian president, nobody cared. And the barrier pole and the barrier pole and the barrier poles were vicious. This squatty said the empty streets and the crowd barriers will be giving the men in gray suits sleepless nights. This is where all of their energy should be, and how to change that instead of giving their energy to a smear campaign of a private citizen trying to feed her children. People are no longer fooled. And the squatty that reposted this said, what is the obsession with the royals in putting up barricades to hold back the wind? Not just to hold back the wind. Oh my God, squatties are vicious and so funny. It says, it is getting excruciatingly embarrassing. Yes, it is. It absolutely is embarrassing. The barrier poles are now out there to hold back the wind. I cannot. And this squatty is talking about how William and Kate posted about the Nigerian state dinner and all of the activities around that on their Instagram page. And they say this, nobody is saying it, but that Diana throwback not reaching 1 million likes on a primary account with 17.2 million followers should stress them out. It counts as a life poll. Now, they have over 17 million followers on Instagram, on Kensington Royal, and they can't even break 1 million likes when they post. I mean, some of them are really, really low when it comes to the like count. I mean, they post stuff all the time and people pay them no attention. But a lot what is going on here is that a lot of that 17.2 million followers are nothing but bought followers. They bought those followers. Let's not forget that New York Times article about how Willie and Kitty was buying followers when Harry and Meghan had their website such as Royal. Y'all remember that? Yeah, they did a whole article about that. So a lot of that 17.2 million followers are garbage, trash, nothing but bought followers. And then they got a whole lot of bots up in there as well. And that is the reason why it's just not adding up. It is another 2 plus 2 equals 5 situation because they have never ever done anything organically. They have always tried to rig the system and try to make themselves look better. And so this is what happens when you do that. It is so obvious that you do not have 17.2 followers, at least not human followers. I'm just saying. So, yeah, it is embarrassing. And it is something that they should pay attention to. Because when you can't even break a million and you got 17.2 million followers, yeah, something going on. And it ain't nothing good. And this squatty said, when will the palace realize that while they have their media and tabloid henchmen constantly attacking Harry and Meghan, it's the UK royal family who is drastically falling in the poll numbers, being protested, being booed, being arrested, and losing popularity. Where is the lie? Where is it? They are still on the bullshit of attacking Harry and Meghan. Somehow, I guess they think that they'll become more popular if Harry and Meghan become less popular. It's the whole theory of if I dim your light, then my light will seem brighter. We all know that that never works. It never works. And it has never worked for this family as long as they have been trying to use it on Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan are a different kind of royal. They are made of Teflon. They have a built-in fandom. And people are not going to lie down and allow them to attack them and tell lies on them without the pushback. And now Harry and Meghan seem to be, on board. Yes, they have woke up over there in Montecito and they are ready and willing and up for the fight. And I am loving it. And yeah, if they continue this same old out of the same old playbook, it is going to continue to be detrimental for them. I don't understand that they don't understand, but it seems like they don't. And the reason I know that they don't understand that because we got another hit piece, another planet story, another story to try to drag Meghan down in order for them to, I don't know, shine a little brighter. And we all know that you cannot polish a turd. And they are a turd. I'm sorry, but that is fact. But look what the Daily Mail or the Daily Fail has put out. It says Meghan Markle's £1,700 a ticket girls weekend in chaos as luxury hotel pool and spa is still under construction. The beach is polluted and the organizer's PR firm goes bust. How pathetic. How pathetic. I mean, this is the most pathetic article that I have read so far. I mean, can you believe this nonsense? And we all know that none of it is true except the part about the PR team, the PR firm going bust, but they're under liquidation and restructuring. And that's their business. What they got to do with Meghan? And this other stuff is not going to affect the girls' weekend because if it would have, it never would have been booked. People are not going to pay this money People are not going to pay this money in order to go to a SHIT hole. They're not. So this is nonsense. And this squatty reposted that article and said the Daily Mail or the Fail reporting on Meghan Markle is like a toddler throwing a tantrum because they want to be invited to the party. They are standing outside of the gate complaining about the noise, the snacks, the weather, while everyone is inside having a great time and has completely forgotten they exist. It's not news, it's a digital burn book written by people who are terrified of her agency. Where it's a lie. They are all frightened to death of Meghan because they know she is capable. They know that everything that she does just comes naturally to her. She is who she is. She doesn't try too hard because she doesn't have to. They know she has the shine. The shine always frightens the people who doesn't have the shine. It just does. And I want to play something for y'all, a soundbite, and y'all tell me what y'all think about it. But this right here to me is Chef's Kiss. It explains a lot. So I'm going to put up a picture and then play this soundbite, and we'll talk on the other side.
This is why some people dislike you. Nobody will dislike you more than someone who tries to fake something that comes naturally to you. Let me say that again. Nobody will dislike you more than someone who tries to fake something that comes naturally to you. Because your authenticity exposes their performance. You walk into a meeting confident. They've been trying to manufacture confidence for years. You communicate honestly. They've been pretending to be emotionally mature. You create naturally. They've been copying. And every time you show up as yourself, you remind them they're acting. That tension turns into resentment. And suddenly, you become the problem because nothing irritates someone more than watching you be effortlessly what they struggle to pretend to be. But here's the truth. The person who dislikes you the most is often the person trying the hardest to become you. Your biggest hater is usually your biggest fan in denial.
And this is so true. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I think he nailed it. He nailed it when it comes to the derangers. He nailed it when it comes to the ugly old hags and the flying monkeys and the trolls. I mean, they all hate Meghan because she makes it look so easy. Her excellence. They hate her for that. And a perfect example of what he is saying and what I am saying happened tonight. Meghan was at the Alliance for Children's Rights 34th Annual Champion for Children. Yes, the gala. She was there and she looked so good. And she did a speech. I only saw a little snippet of it, and I'll talk more about it in my next podcast. But Meghan got up there off the cuff and was talking effortlessly. And that bothers people who can't do that. You know, they get up there, they're nervous, they can't tie two sentences together. They have to look at their notes, 24 times in 15 seconds or 15 times in 24 seconds. They can't do any of the things that Meghan do with no effort. So it causes resentment. We see it time and time again. So I agree with him. He is right on point. Like I say, y'all tell me what y'all think. But I also want to read this post from this squatty about Meghan being at this gala. It says, Duchess Meghan speaks at the Alliance for Children's Right 34th Annual Champion for Children. I am so grateful to be here and to be able to celebrate my dear friend. And Meghan is referring to Kelly Zephyr. And yeah, I just love this. I love the fact that Meghan can do this effortlessly. But it's a lot of people who hate her because of it. Just know that to be true as well. And here's another picture, a better picture of Meghan and Kelly on the red carpet, but it's not a red carpet. It is I would say, a psychedelic carpet. And Meghan and her was so sweet together. Meghan was holding her belly. You know, Kelly is expecting a baby. So, yeah, it was just so sweet. And I just love seeing Meghan outside. I really, really do. So, yeah, I will find out more about this tomorrow and I will put it in my next podcast. And this squatty makes such an excellent point. They say Harry and Meghan, alongside the late Queen, stood apart from the otherwise underwhelming and largely mediocre group. They represented the institution with class and professionalism, qualities that consistently distinguished them even after their departure. It's no surprise that they went hard to push Harry and Meghan out. We know that to be true. It was all because the powerhouse of Harry and Meghan as a couple. They could not handle it. Mediocrity cannot exist in the presence of excellence. It cannot. And yeah, it just creates resentment. Just like this guy, I don't know what his name is, that I played the sound clip from. It is so what happened when it comes to Harry and Meghan and them in that family. That's where the resentment came because everything that Harry and Meghan did was natural, and Willie and Kitty was copying and forcing it and faking it and being performative. Yeah. And Harry and Meghan and the late Queen was the only ones in that family who could absolutely do the job and do the job well. All right, y'all, I'm going to change gears because I want to talk a little bit more about Piers Morgan. It is so funny, y'all. It is FAFO time for Piers Morgan. Karma has come and kissed him in the mouth when he least expected it, while he had a broke hip and was sitting on the set of his so-called YouTube show. Yes, History Dockery absolutely brought all the smoke that Piers could handle. He could not, well, I would even say the smoke that Piers couldn't handle because Piers had to leave his own show. This man ran Piers off of his own show. Yeah, I'm going to try to get through this. And it seems that this whole story has blown up. It has. I want to put this up. Look at this. All of these stories about Piers. Piers got a write-up in Variety where it says Piers Morgan walks out of an explosive interview with History Dockery influencer featured in Louis Trudeau's Inside the Manosphere. I think you're a effing idiot. But we all know that Piers calling this young man an idiot was not the best part of the video. No, it wasn't. And then this other one from Yahoo said, I'm not doing this. Piers Morgan ends interview after Manosphere influencer brings up his wife's pool boy joke. Now, we have evidence that it wasn't a joke. She absolutely did what she did. And I found the evidence, the receipt, very strange. We're going to put that up in a minute. But as you can see, Yahoo News New Zealand had an article about it. The Mirror had an article about it. And International Business Time UK had an article about it. Yes, Piers has absolutely made the big times. Now, we all know that he is a media whore to his core, but I don't think, he really wanted to be on the front pages because of being called out about what his wife be up to when he's out of town. Yeah, I cannot. And this man, he's not a squatty, but he absolutely posted the receipts. It says, damn, it is true. The crazy guy did his homework. Yes, here it is right here. And explain to me why you got a man out there washing your car in a swimsuit, in swim short. I don't even know what you call those. I know they have a funny name in Australia for them. Like, if y'all remember what it is, put it in the comments. But this is ridiculous. It says when Celia Ward shared a photo of a man in a thong washing his car while her husband was not at home. Yeah, there you go. It was absolutely true what History Dockery was saying. He brought the receipts, and that is the reason why Piers could not stay in the kitchen. It had got too hot. Yeah, this is what Miss Celia Ward be up to when Piers is out of town. But yet and still, she got so much smoke for Meghan. She is just so holier than thou when it comes to Meghan. Somehow she feels that Meghan is not up to her standards. Yeah, we know what kind of standards you up to. And it ain't none high. It's very low. And this particular squatty said, laugh out loud, Piers Morgan walked off of his own show again after his guest reminded him he married a hoe. And this squatty reposted that and said, Piers Morgan realizing his wife wants to get shagged by a big black man. And he is leaving. They're dragging him, y'all. They are dragging him for filth, and I am here for it, let me tell you. And this particular post says, History Dockery straight up mugging Piers Morgan now. I will DM her and fly her out here if Piers don't apologize within the next 24 hours. Savage. This is him talking about he's going to DM Celia Ward and fly her out there so she can, with a big black man because he's black. And he's saying if Piers Morgan doesn't apologize in 24 hours, he is absolutely riding this into the ground. And I love it. I hope he just rides it straight into hell with Piers Morgan at the front of the bus. Yes. And I am loving it. Now, this post says, History Dockery played voice notes sent to Piers Morgan's team when they asked him not to stream the interview. So Piers is trying to put a kibosh on the interview. It's too late now. It is already out there on these internet streets. It's no pulling it back, but he's asking him not to stream it. It says, you had the opportunity to pay me, but you want me to come on and dance for free. So what he's saying is that he is going to use it no matter what because Piers didn't pay him for his appearance on his show. So he's saying, you made him dance for free. So no, absolutely not. I bet Piers wish he hadn't made him dance for free, if you know what I mean. Maybe if Piers had paid him, maybe he wouldn't have brought so much smoke because he brought the smoke when he came. And this person said History Dockery went live after the viral interview with Piers Morgan, saying he had more to reveal. But Piers cut him off. He added that he had warned Piers if he got hostile, he would expose him. All he wanted was to call me a twerp and a homophobe. I hate people like him. Yes, I can tell. I can tell. This squatty says Turns out his wife hates him. I would say hates him too because she ain't by herself. It said, and seeks to humiliate him publicly. Might be the reason why he hates women who adore their husbands only. Yeah, because y'all remember, it seemed like the switch got turned on for him when Harry and Meghan started holding hands and being very loving. Well, they did that all along, but it seems like it bothered him. I thought it was because he thought he was going to get an invitation to the wedding, and that didn't happen. I don't know what turned him. It could be that family enlisted him to do what he did. I don't know what it was, but yeah. And he can just say all manners of things on national television. During the time when Meghan was over there, she was pregnant with Archie. He would sit every morning and find a way to maneuver a conversation about Meghan. He would absolutely tear into her and abuse her every day on national television. And when this man, this young man, who seems like he's probably in his early 20s, brought the smoke for him, he ran like Chicken Little with his head cut off. Yes, he absolutely left his own show. Yeah, I can't say that without laughing. How can you leave your own show? That's like leaving your own house, you know. It is crazy to me, but yeah, I think that might have something to do with it too, because his wife, she does, she seems like she is just there because, you know, he is who he is and she gets some notoriety and she also gets to have the bag. And so she just stays there. But clearly, if she's looking at other men, she don't want him. And if you see that picture of him laying up on a lawn chair with that big old belly in the sun, I understand her point. I'm just saying. And the other squatty said, I love that he exposed him like that. He deserves it. When he feels cornered, he gets up and leaves. He knows he has no argument to defend himself and plays the victim. Pathetic. Yes, he absolutely cannot take the smoke. He cannot. He is a coward. That's the reason why he always goes after women. He always goes after women. Yes, big fat coward. And y'all, this is my last one. I'm going to get off of Piers Morgan's neck after this, but this squatty just absolutely knocked me out. I'm dead. They say Pierce's wife is taking applications. Applications are open on Pierce's team. This is what happened when you spend years obsessing over Meghan, who's happily married. The wife felt neglected and started banging car washers. Y'all, I am done. I am going to take my foot off of Piers Morgan's neck. Y'all know I always try to end with something positive. And so I chose to end with Willie. This right here. I'm telling you, this is so positive because Diana absolutely snatched every bit of the good looks away from Willie, didn't she? Yes, this particular squatty said, how is this possible? I don't know, but it's giving me life. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.